Hello, everybody. I'm Makkebakke. I'll also introduce these guys, or would they like to introduce themselves?
I'm Parker Faisavade.
I'm Kajik.
I'm Menno888.
And they've also all done runs of this game.
We speedrun or speedwalk this game, however you want to call it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, however you feel. All right, one last thing. Let me change to my own player skin. Shout out to my main man, the Hurricane. And we need to smack this button. Are you ready for it?
Sure.
Do you know when timing starts?
The moment the loading thing disappears. The loading bar disappears.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
Then let's go. All right. And I immediately forget to dismiss the first cutscene. Great start. All right. All right. So this is GTA Vice City. I'm sure everyone's familiar at this point, but yeah, we're Tommy Verzetti. We were sent down to Florida, Vice City, which is basically just Miami, because you know, people here don't know us, and that means that they don't expect us. We can do all kinds of crazy things, which we will absolutely be doing.
Like, you know, checking over the city and stuff.
Exactly.
Nothing special.
Teleporting around.
Yeah, doing replays of some sorts, yeah.
All right. So yeah, this what I'm doing right now is, you know, just intro stuff, not super interesting, but because we're doing a lot of it quite quickly, there's like a few like small cutscenes and like introductory screens that are actually not appearing because like we just reached that location too quickly. And that's actually going to be
very finicky stuff when the run begins because we're killing each other.
Yeah, that's actually going to be beneficial later because one of those screens is gonna come back later and gonna give us control.
What Maka just did is, in this game you have the replay system. You can either watch the last, I think, 30 seconds of your gameplay or record a bunch of gameplay of your own, like of your choice, up to 30 seconds and then watch it again. But in this replay you can pick up things such as the rampage markers like this. And then Maka started the ambulance mission and the rampage at the same time and then finished the ambulance missions. That puts us in a very weird state where the game still lets us start other missions because it thinks we're not on a mission, but we actually have the rampage going on. So right now, Marcus started the party, so that means we have the party and the rampage going on, and we're kind of chaining the missions so that in the end we'll be able to start one mission, wait until the rampage
timer ends,
and then start the same mission again, which is going to be jury-free.
A great RNG car blocking us on the way. On the QA, the best bike ever. It's so hard not to fall down, so yeah.
But to try and simplify all this weird like game code program and stuff that's going on, it's basically just we start a mission, and the game keeps track of like if we're on a mission or not, because
it's basically like a light switch, on and off.
Exactly, because you know when we're already on a mission, the game doesn't want us to start other ones or the same one twice, because then weird things are going to happen. So there's a state like in the game that keeps track of, okay, are you in a mission, yes or no? But it doesn't keep track of how many missions you're on, because
you're
again,
not supposed to
be able to do that.
Once.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's also a slight delay between when triggering the mission and when you get on mission 1. So that can also help.
Exactly. So right now, we finished the party, which has like an event, so the game is like, okay, so you're no longer on a mission, great. But it doesn't realize that we're also still doing this rampage, which you can see the timer on the top right of my screen.
And that will in the future make possible for us to start the same mission twice. And funny things happen, but we'll get to that in like 2 minutes.
Exactly. So if I was an absolute god gamer, what I could do here is get to the Malmö, this like nightclub that I'm heading to. I could get there super quick. If the timer was still on screen right now, then I wouldn't have to do the following. I walk outside, and hey, I'm inside again. What's that all about? That's not cool. That's one of the just weird things that happens when you're not in the state of the on mission thing that the game expects you to be. And again, like that's it loses you a few seconds, whatever. But there's there's a lot of other things that that of course that we're gonna do with that whole.
Yeah, because right now we are not on a mission, so you could see then on the radar we could pick up the same mission again. But we start the rampage so that we set up the same mission pickup in like 2 minutes because the timer will run out then.
Also, I've been noticing in a while, I haven't brought it up yet. The top right of my screen, I just have no like health or gun or anything. Does anyone know why that is?
Oh, that
have I screwed up some kind of setting? Because I mean, I have a meeting.
I genuinely don't know.
I think
I'm going to break a rule, and yes, it is in-game as an option for it.
All
so
right.
good luck reading Japanese.
Oh god.
Yeah, the game is in Japanese, but because the Japanese have a slightly different EXE, and that makes future glitch possible, and it breaks the game completely, as you will see later in the run.
All right, we're gonna deal with that. We're gonna, because yeah, I mean, I would, okay, that's great. Yeah, more great traffic RNG. Hey, marathon, but it's just.
Right now, this is the cutscene we didn't get at the beginning, and it's going to end right now, so that Makke gets control in the cutscene.
I'm just great at just pressing all the buttons.
Because not only we can have 2 missions at the same time, we also can play two cutscenes at the same time, and if one of them finishes earlier, we can control in the second one.
Right. So as you saw there, when I was running around, there was a cop car in front of me. Hey, there's another one. I would like to see none right now, actually, but yeah, if I get a wanted level right now, that would be very unfortunate because I need to answer a phone call like right now.
And answering phone calls is impossible if you have a wanted level because it counts as a mission.
Where are you now?
Right now we set up the thing with starting 2 missions at the same time, but I think because of that we have like time for a couple of donations.
All right. We got $5 from Mr. Mary, who says, hello from the Polski box of mockers. Good luck to all the runners, and a reminder to Makke to count ice cream passes out loud. Don't mess that up.
We will do that, yeah.
I'm sure
All of us.
everyone in the room, or most of them, can help us count.
I'll be counting it.
But that's way later.
So now weird things happening. Because we've started a mission, the rampage has ended, so we are technically not on a mission again, so we can pick it up once again, and we've picked it up the second time and the mission passes.
Yeah.
What happens is that we're supposed to damage a set of cars, but because we start the same mission twice, the second set spawns on the top of the first one, it flips, damages itself, and because of that the mission is instantly completed.
Exactly. That's not just like any old trick that you can do with every single mission. It's very specific to that one because, yeah, it's just the cars spawn, they damage each other, and then the cars are broken, and the game's just like, oh, well, that was exactly what you were supposed to do. Okay, mission passed.
Yeah, so remember that long, elaborate setup with setting up rampages and chaining it everything over and over again? Yeah, we did this just to skip this mission.
And also, you don't have to switch your clothes or anything in Riot, and which is this mission. You just have to destroy the tracks.
Yeah, not having your health up, it's kind of annoying if you want to kill yourself to do the death warp.
Exactly. Also, I'm having this whole thing again, where sometimes my bullets seem to be going through the bike. But there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what I wanted to do about 10 seconds earlier, but there we go.
You want to set the death warp because the mission for Cortez is coming up, as we answer the phone call soon.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it a little bit. The phone call does go away eventually if I don't answer it, so that would be very unfortunate. But
because we would have to wait for another 20 seconds for this phone call to appear. Because we need it, so it unlocks the Cortez mission, which are we going to right now?
Are you really gonna play without the rest of the HUD?
I should probably try and fix that right now, yes.
So Poker is researching how to turn on the HUD again.
No, it's just like I wanted to see the settings in English, but
I'm gonna hope it's that one.
no,
No, it's not that one. I think I should.
it's not gonna say off because you can still see the map, the radar rather.
So as we're setting this up, Josh can read us some stuff.
Okay,
It's probably that one, yeah.
It's probably that one.
the one with the word.
Yeah.
The words. Yeah, again, do it a couple more times. There you go. Anyway, thanks B. Broseph for $15, who says, let's go, Makke.
What?
And then we've got $5 from Panda.ra, who says, good luck on your run, Makka. By the way, chat, what's your favorite radio station? I mean, besides V-Rock, because that's obviously the best one.
Exactly.
And don't mean that it's K-chat.
Makka, I think there might be a separate setting for the radar and for the rest of the HUD.
Right. I mean, there's a big off below the one I was clicking a second ago.
I guess.
Do you think it's that one?
Could be.
So right now we're setting up another replay because, as we stated earlier, also yeet just from the garage because that's faster.
All right.
That's not supposed to happen, but we're still out with our bike. That's what matters.
Close enough,
Yeah.
exactly.
So we set up a replay because in next 2 missions we have to pick up a gun. So we can do this in a replay, technically, because we pick up the trigger for the gun and the cutscene plays in the next 2 missions, because we just play a replay and pick it up. But we do not actually pick it up, so we have to do this manually later in the same mission. But we get still teleported to this area because there's a cutscene for this.
Yeah. So you might notice that in this mission, like we're taking a bit of a detour, right? We didn't just drive straight to this marker, which is a time loss. But yeah, this being able to teleport in that other mission then that's coming up is just like it saves enough time that it's substantial.
What's funny about Treacherous Swine is that you get a chainsaw at the very beginning to actually kill the guy with the chainsaw. And for the longest time we used to do it with just a pistol, because we would pick up a pistol and do Treacherous Swine in the next mission coming up, Mole Shootout, with a pistol. But then again, it turns out that it's faster to skip the pistol and just do it with a chainsaw, which is kind of ironic.
Another thing that's faster than something else is it's faster just bail off a bike if you know you're about to hit something. Just bail off and run back to it.
Yeah, it's so easy to lose control of your vehicles in this game, so
exactly.
You have to be very careful about if you hit something or not.
And you know, the old animation of like falling on the floor and all that just loses you more time than just giving up at in that moment. Just like, I know what's gonna happen. I'll just face it.
Just to break in a second, it's the one above the resolution options.
Okay, so the one like near the bottom that I was...
Yeah, it's on off.
Okay. It's
that one. There you go.
Yay! Okay.
Shoutouts to Josh for saving the run.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
What's also faster than something else is going back with a bike and taking a bribe and then waiting for the other star to just disappear instead of going to the paint
you didn't
spray.
see it because we didn't have a HUD, but we gained 2 stars after killing the guy. And if you have 1 star, it disappears after some time. So we get a bribe to lose 1 star and the other one just disappears if we don't commit any crimes on the way. Which we hopefully did not.
We didn't. Yeah, that's definitely a thing that could be very annoying.
Nice block with the bike, but...
of course, because it's so unexpected, I then don't react properly.
We're not actually saying what the missions are about, so you can just assume if the mission says kill the guy, then kill the guy. Another mission says kill the guy. It's GTA stuff.
That is most of the missions. You're right.
Stealing boats, driving them.
All right, let's see if I can actually... Bit too fast, but very nice dismount. Just straight into the marker.
Yes, that's what we're going to do is teleport with the setup that we made earlier.
Exactly.
We're going on the bike, playing a replay, and as soon as the replay is played, we pick up the Kruger technically, so it plays as a cutscene and it teleports us. But you see the blimp on the left side of Tommy right now, because it's still there and we have to pick it up to continue with the mission. And also, going out casually from the garage is not the way, so we just yeet ourselves again. This time we didn't fall off the bike, so it's nice.
Nice.
And more replay stuff, because this time we are going to make a replay on the clothes icon, which is kind of important because it has some amazing properties you're gonna see in this exact mission.
Exactly. Right.
We've mentioned it earlier that we can just... if we play 2 cutscenes at the same time, we can gain control in the second one when the first one ends. Picking up clothes kind of works as a cutscene, so as soon as we pick up clothes with a replay before the cutscene starts, or right as the cutscene starts, we can just gain control in cutscenes, and this will make this mission significantly faster.
Exactly. And here's the cutscene.
And here's the cutscene. We don't need to gain control in this one because it's a conversation with Diaz. It's our next contractor. We'll take missions from Diaz from the point on after this mission ends.
Exactly. So Diaz is here to do some kind of drug deal, and we're just here to oversee stuff. And of course, because this is a video game, it goes
We
wrong.
are not going. Yeah.
And because of that, we don't want to do the drug deal, so just running away. Actually not, because we need grenades for the upcoming couple of missions, so we can just grab them because they are near the police station. But you see that Makke is doing something particularly weird. Instead of running straight to the grenades, he's just jumping awkwardly.
You're weird.
That's because you're not supposed to go far away from the deal because the mission fails. But for some reason, if you're just seeing the general direction where the deal is going off and you can get far away from it, it still counts. So you can get as far away as possible, unless Diaz dies, of course. But you can get away out of the radius that the mission tells you, as long as you're watching the general direction when the deal is going on. Even though the building's covered up, but who cares about buildings? It's a video game.
I could just kill Diaz's friends. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, because we need ammo. Ammo is more important than friends, obviously.
Exactly.
GTA games.
Oh, I was standing a little too close. But luckily for me,
There's health.
There's health right here.
And now you're gonna see some cutscene shenanigans, because if we kill one guy and the second guy, the cutscene starts playing. So if we hopefully get this right...
Just careful. Just
yes.
Taking our time, because this saves more time.
You can see in a moment that Tommy is running away in the cutscene. We're supposed to kill this guy over here. But what Makke is doing is running up to this guy, trying to kill him in the cutscene, doesn't do it, but we still have Kruger, which has big range, so instead of just chasing him on this bikes, we can just kill him instantly. And we're gonna do second instance of getting control in the cutscene, because the cutscene starts, we play the cross replay, we can get away from Diaz even though he's talking to us right now, get on a bike and drive away, ignore him totally.
See ya.
Also making sure you're pretty far away from Diaz when he's about to drive off, because the distance matters for the cutscene to end. Because
yeah, if we far away, the cutscene ends a couple of seconds earlier.
Because he's supposed to drive off, so that's why the check is on the distance between you and Diaz.
Right, I just turned the radio
off. The hardest
off
trick in the game.
Exactly, so I can focus for the hardest trick in the game. I mean, I called it.
There we go.
There we go.
What happens here? First of all, we can run when we pick up the phone if we zoom in while picking up the phone call, so that's important. But what happened right now is that we did a gate zip. If we get off the bike when it's up this little gate, the game really doesn't know where to put us, so we should get out of bounds. But hopefully the game has some set of save points that has created if the player gets stuck somewhere. Fortunately, one of the points is just on the other side of the gate, so we can just yeet each other, yeet ourselves right in the other side of the gate, because it's supposed to open as the phone call ends, but we can get the phone call to open the gate on the other side of the gate, so it's kind of fun.
Exactly, and then we could just take the phone call while we're walking over to the mission marker. Hello, mister. I could just take the phone call then, and that's, you know, that's just being more efficient with my time.
Also, you saw Makke like reload the save or the close replay 3 times. If you do that, you can skip a small part of the cutscene where you see yes.
Yeah, it's very minor time save, but if you're good at the game and you try to get as good time as possible, it still matters. It's a couple of frames, but still. And now it's the chase. We didn't mention one important thing in GTA Vice City, that if you tap your sprint key instead of walking, the sprint drains much slower. So you're not supposed to catch up to this guy, but yeah, because you can sprint pretty much indefinitely, you can just take advantage of it, get over him even though you're supposed to chase him, play a close replay just before the cutscene starts, get advantage of it, get his driver out of the car, kill him, and get in the car at the same time as he re-enters, hopefully, so we can just drive him to his destination sitting on his laps. So, yeah. We're sitting on his knees, he just tells us where to go, and we drive him to this destination, even though we're supposed to like chase him, because this mission is called the chase. But we know where to go, and instead of his route, which is totally slow around the city, we can just go straight there.
Exactly, we just take him where he wants to go, and he is in the same seat as me right now.
Yeah, we're sitting on his knees, basically.
Even if I got out of the car, the guy is like turned completely invisible, and there's like no way to get him back.
And also this car has very important properties. We're supposed to drown every time we touch water, as Tommy, because Tommy cannot swim. But this car is so heavy, it goes through the water, under the ground, and it teleports us back on the bridge.
exactly. Because you know this is a video game. Like there's no sea bottom because I mean you're gonna drown anyway. Why make a sea bottom? You know, and we have to render that. Maybe we have to like get pictures of coral and all that. A lot of work. So let's just not make one. So I just drop straight through, and you know, normal cars wouldn't do that. But yeah, that car is literally too heavy to drown. So it just falls through the world, and there's only a certain height at which you drown. So as long as I'm below that height, I don't take damage or anything. And then yeah, the game's just like, okay, you are clearly not where we want you to be. So let's just put you back on the nearest road, and you'll probably be fine. And I mean, looks fine to me, right?
Yeah. Pretty fine. We have a helicopter, which is kind of fast vehicle, considering we don't have to take any road. We can just fly away. We're gonna park it at a specific spot so we can use it later in the game, because the game takes 2 vehicles that were last player vehicles in its memory, so that as long as we don't use that many vehicles, the helicopter will stay there, which is quite important. Right now we have a phone call going, and the next mission is Phnom Penh, which is quite boring because it's an autoscorer, so we can have a couple of donations.
Yeah.
Excellent. We have $10 from Kalano. Oh God, Kainalo.
Kainalo is
There you go.
the event.
Yeah. And they just say Ryan. Does that mean anything? No. Okay, sure. But thanks for $10. They put it towards PsyOps. The Mind Game Conspiracy 80% bonus game, Race with Ryan. Oh, there you go. Race with Ryan. There you go.
Okay,
that makes sense now.
Well, here's another thing. That cheeky clothes replay can be used for a lot of different things. So if you're at all familiar with this mission or were paying attention for the first 2 seconds of it, I'm in some kind of turret mode, but I don't really want to be in that. I want to watch Tommy as he just weirdly hovers next to this next to the helicopter while Lance flies, and just do a bit of this. Work out those calves, I think.
Yeah.
There you go. And also, because I'm kind of weirdly frozen here, normally when you fire a button, the game waits for you to like finish a little animation, and then you can fire the next button. But there's no animation. So now
we shoot 1 bullet per frame.
Exactly. This is nothing delaying 1 bullet to the next.
You didn't destroy the barrel, so this may bite you a little bit later. We hopefully it won't, but yeah. So right now we have to kill a bunch of goons, because remember when we tried to get this guy to his destination while sitting on his knees?
Did you what?
Never mind. Yeah, we're supposed to get him here so that we know where his hideout is. So now we're just flying here with the helicopter, destroying everyone. We still have some time, so maybe donations, Josh.
Okay, we got $10 from Aquaz.
Hey,
yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'll wait. I just say a name and wait for you to say it right. And they just say, "Good luck, Makka." And then we've got $50 from Crispy Hanako, who says, "Hey, Makka, good luck on your run, and don't forget to V-Rock." We currently are.
Also, we kill Lance.
Your choice on where this money goes, bud.
We're not supposed to kill Lance, but if we kill him, the helicopter drops faster on the ground, so we can just pick up this suitcase because we need it. But hey, Lance's still alive. You know, hospitals in Vice City work greatly, because if you die, they can just respawn you. So the same goes for Lance. He just went to the hospital for a second, he's back again with his helicopter.
Exactly. Apparently he's not mad. He's, you know, picks us up again. This time we even get to actually sit in the helicopter.
Shooting Lance saves you a couple of seconds, but it can be risky because the helicopter starts flipping down the street, and it may catch fire at some point.
And also, if you do this too late, you won't get out of this state when you're next to the helicopter and you're stuck to it forever. So it's really precise timing.
Yeah. Also, you saw Makke before, like Phnom Penh.
Before the mission, when we were talking about donations and stuff, yeah.
He was shooting before the at the car. The reason is if like a person gets out of the car and you play a replay, that car gets like stuck in memory. And we want to at least, and there's going to be more opportunities for later. You want to at least shoot like 5 cars in this run.
Yeah, because it's an old game and it doesn't handle memory that well. So
PS2.
So you don't PS2 game, yeah, exactly. So it's not supposed to load that many vehicles at once and don't hold them that many vehicles in the memory. So if you glitch some cars on the way, the game still keeps them in memory. There is no traffic, which is good for us because there's no traffic, so it's easier to drive. But it's also important for one of the later missions, the second to last mission actually. So we're gonna have to keep it throughout the entirety of the time. Also, how do you glitch cars exactly? So you shoot at the car. And as soon as the door opens, the game stores this car in the memory because someone is getting out of it, so someone is still using it. But if you play a close replay at the same time, they don't actually get out of the car and they are still using it over and over again because they technically didn't get out of it at all. So it's stored forever in the memories. And if you can glitch that many cars, well, as I said, there is no traffic.
Also, you don't want to reload the game.
Unless you reload the game, so hopefully we won't need to load any safety saves or so.
Exactly. Yeah, if I had to load a save, then all those cars that are stored in memory would just get wiped.
Which is kind of important because, as I've said, it's relevant to the second to last mission. So throughout the entire run, hopefully we wouldn't need to reload any saves.
Let's get back to Esperanto also. That's good tunes.
Right now what we're doing is something weird because there is this drug dealer on a boat, but instead of selling it to everyone like everyone's supposed to, he's telling, okay, I'm doing a boat race, you're racing to me, whoever gets first gets the stuff and the rest of you just get lost. So we steal the fastest possible boat, hence the name of the last mission, fastest boat, and try to get here, but we do a little turnaround and actually don't follow these guys. Also, another turret mode abolished, so yeah, you can just shoot every bullet per second. And yeah, we get to this guy as fast as possible and he sells the stuff to us, but because of that every other racer is angry, so they shoot at us. So we switch seats with Lance and now Lance is driving very oddly, but yeah, it works.
Lance is not very good at driving the boat.
That's why it's really good that AI doesn't drive that many things in this run.
Exactly. So yeah, we escaped another horrible turret state, so we can just do this again.
You just work out, you do more squats.
Exactly. And I shoot super rapidly. Sadly, this gun has a lot less ammo than the one we had in the last mission.
Yeah, it's only had 30 in one clip instead of like 100 or 50. I don't actually remember. It's 50, I think.
Could be 150. I honestly.
I think 100.
100. Okay, so one of my guesses was right.
All right, and one of my guesses was wrong. All right, well, I'll take that out. All right. And at this point, like, that boat I just shot at that bridge would follow us all the way until the end, but, I mean, he's kind of dead, so it's nothing else.
There's nothing else to do.
How about a donation?
Okay. We have $100 from Reicher. Blapper? Yeah, okay, good. Who says, and they say, this is my first time attending a marathon event and the community has been so awesome and made me feel welcome from the moment I arrived. No doubt I'll be attending many more events in the future. Keep up the awesome work, everyone. Thank you a lot. I'm glad you're enjoying yourselves.
And as you may have seen, right before Lance reached the dock, or the jetty, or whatever its technical name is, for DS's house, I played another one of those replays, which gave me control in the cutscene, so I could just get in the helicopter right away. There we go. Nice. That and again, I played the same replay again, and just skip a bit of the cutscene.
So we are gonna lose this replay like in a sec.
Exactly. We're gonna make a new one. I just hit F2 to make a dump replay, just, you know, a replay with nothing interesting going on in it, just because I want to have something that's not gonna affect anything the next time I play it. Because I don't think we've talked about this specifically, but how you normally make a replay, you just press F3 twice to watch. Well, yeah, once to watch the replay that I have stored, and then the second time to just you know put it away. And then if I press F2, it will make a replay. Yeah, it will record a new one, and it will only it only started recording when I stopped watching the last one. And here's also something you probably haven't seen. Oh no, that grenade just slipped out of my hands, and now all these guys are dead. Well, it doesn't matter if that I killed those guys. I mean, they're firing, you know, assault rifles at a tank. Doesn't do that much.
Also, if you shoot tank backwards, it's faster because physics. That's how it works.
Exactly. So, but what that grenade did, I'll just show you honestly. But
We've learned about it yesterday, by the way. I decided.
Yeah, I learned about it probably 2 weeks ago at this point. All right, wow. I want my SMG out. That garage door, for some odd reason, doesn't collide with our tank if our tank has taken any grenade damage.
And we've picked up grenades at the police station 10 minutes ago.
If that makes sense to you, please like DM me and explain, because I'd love to know. But that's how it works.
That's how grenades work.
The tank has received any grenade damage, it no longer collides with that specific garage door.
Also, small fun fact, you cannot actually fly the tank by just pointing backwards. That is a lie. You cannot do that without cheat.
We're in too far now.
As you could see, we have a very long phone call, but as we've mentioned earlier, A, we can have control over our character totally in a phone call when we aim, as soon as we pick it up. And the other thing, B, is that if we have control and there's nothing else to do other than just picking up the phone call, we might as well just glitch some cars. So right now we are at 4 or 5, so that's really good. We shouldn't get any more traffic soon.
I think we're either on 3 or 4, depending on if I actually successfully glitched the one in front of DS's house, which I'm not sure about.
I'm pretty much sure you did.
In general, I think 3 is kind of risky. You want either 4 or 5.
Exactly.
Like 5 to be super sure. It's still, you may still encounter some car on the road, because to get a complete ghost town, you need, I think, a little more than 10, like about 12. I'm not exactly sure.
Too.
Also, as you can see, Makke is playing a replay from the last 30 seconds that were recorded from the gameplay. That is just because we can play the dialogue lines from the phone call in a replay, so the actual gameplay doesn't go forward that much, so the rotors on the helicopter are still running. So if we get into the helicopter, we don't need to sit in it that long before it launches.
Exactly. It's just about keeping the rotors of the heli spinning. Like, it's not... The replay doesn't really do anything besides that. I mean, which is good, because I want the phone call that I'm having with Ken Paul to just continue on.
So as you can see,
before the mission appears,
the run is very optimized. There are very minor things that save you time, and we are 30 minutes in, and we've already explained so much, and there's plenty more to come. Like for example, here, if we park our helicopter incorrectly, it may despawn. But fortunately, Makke is a good runner, not like me, so he's guaranteed not to despawn this helicopter. So now what's actually happening is that...
Guaranteed? Why would you say words like that, man?
It's not like I'm playing, I don't need a curse. I'm not... It's not a commentator curse or something. It doesn't exist, right? It's not a thing. Like, come on.
I mean, watch out. You've still got to run, so watch out.
What's the worst thing can happen? Can despawn? Nah. No. Of course not.
And now I'm holding down shift, like Kadzik, I think it was Kadzik who specifically mentioned it earlier, that we usually sprint by tapping shift, because basically whenever the button is held down, we're at 100% sprint. Like we are sprinting at 100% of our capacity. And when you release it, basically every frame it just like reduces the capacity, so you know it looks nice, you know, so you smoothly transition from sprinting to walking. So if you just tap it, you know, it's at 100 when it's down, and then it's like slowly dropping down whenever you're not pressing it, which is still a lot faster than just walking normally. So, but specifically what I was doing there, I was holding down shift so that Lance follows me, which I'm not sure why. I guess it makes sense, but just if the sprinting key is held down, any like companion, so they could be Lance or just anyone who like needs to be with you for a certain mission, will just sprint after you.
And if you tap it, it may not necessarily be a thing, because PS2 games.
Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna fly back. We've delivered Lance to the hospital because those guys did some very painful things to him.
Yeah, lore-wise, what happened is that DS is actually a bad guy. At the beginning of the game, he got betrayed and Lance's brother was killed. Well, DS kinda stands behind it in a way, So we're supposed to get more information from him by working for him with Lance, but Lance got impatient and tried to set him up or kill him or whatever. Basically, he did not succeed with anything he did, so he got captured and we had to save him. So right now our cover is blown, so we have to kill Diaz basically, and that's what we're gonna do by sprinting into his doors and hopefully making sure that he lets us in.
Makke just started to slide because this time, right after the Faden, he's gonna get an M6, M4 is an M4. It's an M4. He gets an M4, so he cannot sprint, but he can set up a slide.
And also, if we just scream, "Let me in," the Diaz actually lets us in.
Yeah, if you just spam sprint at the door.
Its collision is weird, so we can just go through it.
You would think that locking the front door usually keeps people out, but this one doesn't.
Diaz should change doors. I mean, okay, he won't because he's dead, but still.
I mean,
he learned his lesson, probably.
Now, because of course, this is how real estate works, by the way. If I kill the owner, I can just take the house for myself. It's mine now. Also, there was apparently like $50,000 in his safe. Yep, mine, in my pocket, all of it.
You okay for some donation?
Absolutely.
All right. We got $10 from Tezuro. I knew how to say that one. Says, "Hey GTA boys, Tezuro here. First ESA in 2 years that I'm watching from home.
Aww.
But hopefully I'll be seeing you all during summer. Have a great ESA and tell Sonny to stay away." I didn't try the accent.
The mission which is going on is actually funny. You can see the timer in the top right corner. The only purpose of it is that Tommy says, people on the mall are not paying me for protection and I'm gonna scare them away. Give me 5 minutes and I'll be back. That's the only explanation of why there's a timer. Hopefully because in this game hours are minutes, so we have plenty of time. And because we have some weapons, we can just use them to destroy windows. Windows work very weirdly in this game.
Okay, well, I'm going to buy some new grenades now.
Yeah, this is bad. Because
that's okay.
For the run, if we include the grenade that we did for Serious Sir when we throw a grenade in the tank, we need 4 grenades. At the police station, there were 4 grenades. So if we throw one of them like that, we actually have to go to ammunition to buy some of additional ones. Because
later in Mission Barbara, I basically, for a strategy to kill some people, which, you know, kill some people, that's usually what you're doing anyway. But yeah, I need some grenades, and I also need 2 of those, so...
Yeah, to destroy windows, because we don't need to get to the top floor, we can just throw precise grenades to destroy them. And so what I want to say, windows work very differently in this game. Like, you can see some destroy instantly, and some we have to wait for them to shatter for quite a while. Every first bullet has 0% chance of destroying the window, and every after that has like 25, if I remember correctly?
25%, yeah.
25% to destroy the window.
Now
so
Makke just bought the Cherry Poppers ice creams in the replay.
Thanks to Mano888, who explained this strat to me today. I've been doing it for a very long time, but I've been doing it wrong for a very long time.
Have you been spamming? Or?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so what you do, I don't know why this works, but what you do is you hit the key that like has you like buy properties. So specifically, you know, the one that I was buying there. I guess I hit someone on the way here. Yeah.
If it doesn't disappear, you can pick up clothes.
That's a good point. Let's go do that. Okay, so anyway, what I was saying, you hit the button that you use to like buy properties and such. It's the same button I use to pick up phone calls, and you do that while you're in the mall in a car. So that doesn't do anything, and then after you've pressed the button, you then play the replay where you're interacting with that marker, and you then interact with it in the replay, even though you press the button before the replay. I don't know why that works, but it does.
Essentially, we can remotely buy something because we've picked up the icon of buying it in a replay.
Exactly, and the best effect, something that the GTA, well yeah, specifically the Vice City speedrunning community went absolutely crazy for when it was found, it doesn't take your money away. Or if it does, it takes your money away in the replay. And then when the replay is over, you're back to the money that you had, because, you know...
You still need the right amount, so you still need 20k for Cherry Poppers, but it won't be taken away.
And one more important thing that happened there, because many things happened there, you may have seen that after we bought it, we were in the void and the mall thingy was still playing, like the mall jingle or something. Now, right now, the game technically still thinks we're in the mall.
Exactly.
Because we never left it properly, we teleported out of it, so we are still in the mall. As you can see, we obviously in the mall, right? And this is gonna come in hand, like everything in this game is gonna come in hand in a couple of missions, because we're supposed to get to the mall, but we're doing it, well, in a weird way, because we are already right in there right now. We have more grenades, so we can just throw one properly and the car will disappear in a sec. And with the proper snipe right now, we can kill those two motorbike.
I have no idea where there's an explosion there. There's just an explosion and then two bikes appear.
And the snipe succeeded, so we have completed the mission. We can take the bike. I've said some couple of missions ago that the game stores only 2 vehicles that the player rides, so it may be weird that we use the same car over and over again, and now we're using bike. So does that mean that the helicopter has despawned? Not exactly, because by parking the car in a very specific spot just before we've thrown that grenade earlier, it despawns. Because it was in the way of the cutscene when the despawn zone was.
So it's taken off that list.
So it's taken off that list, so the lists contained only the helicopter, so if we pick up one of those bikes that the guys were riding on, we can now have 2 vehicles on it, this bike and the helicopter.
Also about the warping out thingy, the game still thinks we're in the mall, but the only reason we actually the world looks normally now is because Makke entered the villa and then got out of there.
So he has walked out of the interior, so the exterior has loaded properly, but we're still in the mall, which is gonna be really needed right now because there is a mission Copland. We're supposed to get stars, and boom, we have stars. We're supposed to lure some cops because we have to get into the mall, but there are cops inside, so we cannot go there without any cop uniform. And if we go into the mall without a cop uniform, we get 5 stars.
And
so
like Katsik said, I'm in the mall right now.
And he's in the mall right now.
Clearly tell.
Yeah, so we instantly get 5 stars. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lure some police guys into the garage to steal their uniforms, so we lose those stars, obviously, and we can go to the mall again normally, and to the actual mall, let's say. And this mission is notorious for being super unlucky to most of the runners, but Makke is just a god gamer, so everything went smoothly at this point.
Yeah, that was very nice traffic.
The driving the
Oh boy. Oh no, don't arrest me. But
that's fine.
Those 2 cops are scripted and cannot bust you.
Exactly. He's one of them fake police officers. They didn't give him a gun.
You write some donation?
Oh, one done.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. We've got $50 from Anonymous, who says, "Thank you for organizing this great event. I hope all the runs will be as entertaining as this Vice City run. Going to grenade my tank now since I lost my garage door opener."
Nice one.
And then we got $10 from KZ_through. Sorry, KZ. I messed up the joke. No, damn it. All right. $10 from KZ through says, "If GTA Vice City, True Crime New York City, and Miami Vice were all in a room together, and you had a gun with 2 bullets, would you shoot True Crime twice?"
Yes. Oh god, don't remind me.
Those are all games you run, right? That's the joke?
Yes.
Okay.
Those are all games I run, and True Crime New York City is awful. It is not an enjoyable experience. And if you're like, no, but I really enjoy watching that on stream, stop. Don't.
Stop liking it.
And I think KZ is still salty about the thing that you left during last ESA summer. You were supposed to run New York City, and he needed to do that instead.
I mean, clearly they all still love me because they named the save file after me.
It was destiny, basically. It made KZ run the game again. What's a better explanation?
I literally left this event early, something I really didn't want to do, and they still included me somehow in that run.
That was wholesome, yeah.
I couldn't escape. Yeah, no, but that was wholesome. That was very nice of them.
So back to the wholesome thing, which is Vice City. What happened there is that we've entered the mall, and then we've entered the mall again, so we entered the mall 3 times, so it cancels, so we entered the mall once. And we've bombed the cafe because reasons, and we now can just own the villa, because we've finished all of the Vercetti missions, which are the villa missions which we were in right now, and now the best part of the run starts. I love it. 10 out of 10.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're not lying to me.
Not lying. The best part.
Okay, I trust you.
I've played it so much just because I love it, not because it's the worst speedrun segment ever. I've really greatly appreciated it, and you're gonna too in a sec. You'll see why. because it's kind of technical, as you may have imagined. Right now we answer the phone call, we play a replay. Or did you play it already?
No, I usually do it here,
Okay.
so I can do it in midair and then keep moving.
Okay.
But I also played a second time, actually.
Yeah, we play a replay over the save
Just to be
icon.
sure.
We play a replay over the save icon, so if we get near the area where the save icon is, we get teleported there, because replays are useful. So we store that teleport for the later part of the game, because we are never getting close there eventually. And Makke is jousting! God!
I'm sorry. It's not that hard.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
It's not that hard to do. It really isn't. But I was just so afraid of screwing it up.
Okay, what happened? What happened?
I bought the. Okay, hold on.
You have to focus, so
There,
maybe
okay.
let me talk.
Okay, please.
You have
thank
to focus, there are important things happening. What happened is, Makke played a replay for the save icon just to teleport later, then he made a replay over the rampage, so it's running right now, so he can pick it up later, and then he bought the Printworks at the same time as he played the replay, so he could play a replay without the mission going in the state on, so technically he was not on a mission. This is really hard, and it's not marathon safe, so
Yeah.
shoutouts to Makke.
The safe thing to do is to
Buy it
well,
normally.
the super safe thing to do is to save the game, and then as you jump into the save marker,
Oh, there was a car.
you have like a small window of time where you pick up the save marker, and it's gonna open the screen, and like in that little buffer of time, you then play the Yes.
Katana replay.
exactly.
The
Then you play
rampage replay.
the rampage replay, and then because like when the save screen goes away, I think that's the point where it happens. It just has it in the game to say that okay, you are not on a mission, and I started a mission when you weren't looking.
Yeah, so because he started the rampage and did the thing that he did, which was buying the Printworks, he could start this mission and have the rampage timer going in the meantime. So that means he can be not on a mission when he starts the next one. It's kind of complicated, we know this, but it's the most complicated part of the run, I think.
Shoutouts to Josh for finding this jump, by the way.
Shoutouts to Josh, yeah.
Yosh jump.
Josh, yeah.
It's a very good strat. Oh, cop, why? Why'd you
So we
do
can exit the cruise immediately. Now what we're gonna do, we have 2 stars, so as usual we do things, we just take the bribe stars, which are conveniently placed right here, and the next one is in the corridor. And after we pick the second one, we play a replay, because right after the mission has started, the Makke has done another replay over the save icon, so that he can be teleported on his bike right here.
Exactly.
So he's not on a mission, so the phone rings, making him on a mission, but he is on a mission, so he can, during the phone call, start another mission, but as soon as he gets on the bike, the phone call disappears, so he's not on a mission, but he's doing the mission, so the mission runs, but he still can do another mission, which will be the Cherry Poppers mission, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Missions.
So, to everyone watching, when I started the mission, there's like that off-camera angle where you see the building, right? You're gonna see it again in a second. Like I'll tell you when it happens. Like right
1.
here.
That's
1. When you see this
1.
building, that's when you count.
1.
Not. I'm sorry. There's been previous events where people just counted the completely wrong time, and then people also just start shouting at each other, and it doesn't end.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
what Makke is doing here, he has to concentrate, because it's not that easy, trust me. Nothing in this game is easy. It's a good game though, you can play it. What's happening here right now is that...
That is 2, by the way.
that is 2, yeah, that's
Yeah,
2. We can count. We count to 5.
Like, Josh, you promised you'd count, and now you're just
I'm counting
quiet.
to myself.
Oh, really?
He's not trying to interrupt you, you have to focus, just drive. So what's happening is that we start the same mission over and over again, because it has a nice property that its code is very like the code of the Cherry Poppers. Sub 3. So because these 2 codes like each other, the Cherry Poppers mission instantly completes. Not necessarily completes, but it counts as a completed asset, because in this game there are assets. We are doing the Printworks mission right now, which would complete the Printworks asset. We completed the Varsity Villa asset earlier, and there are other things you can buy and do missions for to complete their assets. So instead of doing 7 assets, which allow you to complete the game and go to the end game, what you do is you do Printworks, you do Villa, and because you can do this mission over and over again with cherry poppers, because it kind of completes and kind of doesn't, it just boosts the asset marker up after you combine the two. You can do this 5 times, the Printworks and the Villa, which counts as 7. Now it's 4.
That's 5. 5. I'm joking. I was joking.
That was 5. Josh! Josh! Okay. Back to the game. We've completed this 5 times, so we can now finish the mission properly. So we get this phone call, we have to actually listen to it, because it would interrupt everything else later. So as soon as it goes out, we can go on the bike and finish the mission. But we are still not on a mission. As you can see, there are blimps on the radar, so we can pick something else up. And what will we pick up? The phone call. And because we will be in a phone call twice in a row right now during this HTC mission, Hit the Courier, the NPCs that's supposed to shoot us won't shoot us because we are in the phone call state, so they are not aggroing us. And this will become very handy because this is a hard mission. Everyone just shoots at you randomly. But if you are in the phone call, you can just complete it normally. But we still have to wait for the helicopter, the yellow thingy on the radar, to come into the purple thingy on the radar. So instead, what we're gonna do is to listen to one phone call by privating business that we are not welcome in, because we're playing 2 lines at the same time, and the private business is faster, so it overloads the phone call. And because of that, we finished 1 phone call. We have some time before the next one appears, because you can see that the yellow triangle is getting closer and closer to the purple thingy on the radar. So what we're gonna do is to repark the bike, wait for the next phone call to appear, and as soon as the phone call reaches, we gain control over ourselves. Like right now. Yeah, we have the control. Makke held it down even longer just to be safe. And right now we can just... You have grenades right now. Okay.
No, I'm well...
Just,
no,
I was just making sure you won't throw it.
Yeah.
So because we are in a phone call, no one will shoot us, so we can pick up the suitcase normally and finish this call.
Whoops.
Normally, that was kind of close, but no one is close to us, so we can just go away. We have what we came for, so basically we are finishing this mission 5 times. And because we've played the replay over the save icon, we get teleported as soon as we near here.
There you go.
Yeah, the thing about
we have to make sure to jump over this marker and not walk into it, just so that we won't start the same mission again, because we were technically not on a mission. And the complete mission marker and the start next mission marker is at the same spot, so we have to jump over it to trigger one and not the other one. Now we have 20 seconds because the phone rang in the cutscene.
Yeah, I was just a little too slow.
The important difference between save replays and buy marker replays is that if you buy a property, you get warped to it from wherever you are. But if you use a save replay, you need to be in the same district,
area. Yeah.
the same district of the city to be warped.
That's why we set up the replay early on in the villa, so that when we get near the villa, we can teleport it already.
Yeah.
So we have to wait for the phone call to appear, because it triggers the second to last mission as we were talking about it.
Did you see that?
Yeah, another one.
Yeah.
So this mission will fail instantly, I think.
No, it won't. No,
it's fine.
It's fine.
The thing is, if those guys, during that tiny little drive, if they are disturbed by anything, like anything gets in their way, then they will
basically walk out, take out of bike. Nice. So you use this snipe.
So what I did, I shot those 2 guys through a wall, because bullets don't. They only interact with vehicles and
people.
with people. Basically anything that has a health or has health. Walls don't have health.
So sniper rifle can go through buildings, basically.
Exactly.
But you may wonder why he was shooting them. Well, kind of close, cutting it close. He may do it.
Freak.
You still have the sniper rifle. Okay, you just turn back. Okay, never mind.
That's my bad. Yeah.
What happened there was, as we've said, as Makke said, when the guys at the beginning are not interrupted by anything in the traffic, they would just sit in place instead of getting off the bike and doing their job. because this emission captive collectors, they're supposed to go to your assets and collect money. But because you have this asset 5 times, as soon as they walk off the bike and collect the money, it's over. Because they're not collecting money from Printworks and from the villa, and any other asset that you own are 5 cherry poppers. So yeah, it would be really bad if they walked off the bike. So what we do is make sure they are stun locked on the bike, basically. The funny property about these bikes, though,
did they fall off?
Are they gonna?
I think they did.
They did fall off, even though it's rain. Rain kind of messes up the collision and how they are driving. But the funny thing is about these bikes is that they are self-driving. So if you kill the guys, the bike will still go. As you can see, the bike is going. It's going on the wild ride right now. But we are close to the last mission of the game because it's 53 minutes or 54 right now.
Exactly. And there's now I'm just doing a little drive. So how about we get another donation?
Sure. We got a massive $85 from Frostbite 1981. Thank you very much. That puts us at $1,851 so far, and you fell off your bike.
I sure did. Okay.
Yeah. We have to pick up this phone code to trigger the last mission of the game.
Exactly. And if I could just jump, I can't jump up there, but I can jump up here. So, like they said with the thing when I finished HTC, if I enter the zone, it then loads. It finally triggers the. Because I touched the marker in a replay, and then if I actually enter the zone in which the save icon resides, then it's finally like, all right, we'll just put you. We'll show you the screen, and when you dismiss the screen, it puts you in a safe location, like away from the marker, because you don't want to just like put the screen away and have the screen come up again because you touched the marker. So it puts you in a safe location, like right next to it, and hey, it's just a nice cheeky little teleport.
Also, right now we are on a mission. We are doing a very important thing, which is nothing.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna drink some water.
Because this mission is on a timer. After 1 minute, there's supposed to be lens spawn, because lens betrayed us on the way. Surprise, surprise. And we have to deal with it by killing him. Also Sony, the guy that was talking to us with our phone, and he didn't like us properly, as you may have heard from him shouting at us.
He yelled at us a lot.
He yelled at us, yeah.
Very.
He doesn't like us, and because he doesn't like us, we don't like him, so we kill him at the end, and that's the end of the game. But this mission is on a timer, as I've mentioned, so we have to wait 1 minute for the lens, but you may realize it's not how it's supposed to go. There maybe should be people coming here to you know, try to mess us up. The thing is, if you don't move your camera at all, during the first minute, nothing will spawn, because spawns are affected by the camera movements, so if you, well, don't move your camera, nothing will spawn, you can just stand there for 1 minute. You can change those lens, but because he's cheating right now, he teleports. He's already there, as you can see, but it doesn't matter, we are still on a timer, as I've mentioned. So we can just wait 1 more minute for Sony to spawn.
Now
we can
see me. Oh wow! I actually did it properly for once.
Finally got it. Nice, good job. So we wait for Sony. We kill Sony. It's the end of the game. Yeah.
So
we just walk around.
Failing to chainsaw lens doesn't actually lose you any time. So trying to chainsaw him doesn't gain any time. It's just nice not having to leave this room, you know.
You just wanted to show off, don't you?
No, actually, I'm a very lazy man. Did anyone remember what time it was when it triggered? So yeah, specifically, there's just a 1 minute wait in between every stage of this mission. So there you go. First land spawned, and now Sunny spawned.
And because we have a powerful weapon that kills Sunny quite quickly, we're just gonna shoot him and he dies, and that's the end of the game. Yeah.
Do you want me to take care of the time?
Oh yeah, please. Oh, they stunned me. And there.
Time. 57-11.
That is good.
Well, good.
Good enough. Oh,
I mean, that's better than my PB. That's better than Poker's PB.
No,
yeah,
that's fine. That's yeah, exactly. Especially with no. It's bad because we had to pause the game a bunch of times. I got screwed by some weird setting. That's it. Yeah.
Only because of the setting.
Better luck next time. Yeah.
You did everything perfectly, especially in falling off the bikes.
Exactly. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me. Oh god. I mean, huge shout out to all three of you for like, because I barely said a word during that entire run. Thank you so much for being here, for helping me with commentary.
It was an honor. It's a really good run. And you're a god gamer. Jesus, you did it with the... never mind. He's a good guy. You can find him on Twitch. He runs this game and other games.
Thank you.
You can make him run True Crime New York City if you want.
No, I mean, you can bug me about it every day for the rest of my life, and I won't run that game again.
What do you think it means?
Oh my. Other thank yous. Josh, of course, thank you for finding
Saving
scratch
the
in this
run.
game, right? And for counting along and all that stuff. You're great. Thank you to KZ who donated. You're an awesome guy. Thank you for getting me into speedrunning and also helping me with this game. Thank you for English Ben making multiple great tutorials for this game, helping all of us. Who else specifically?
GTA community.
The whole
Yeah,
community.
community.
Thank
Yeah.
you for all being really awesome and making this game, just completely breaking this game. This is a great speedrun. This is incredible. All the weird stuff we get to do.
Show your shirt.
Show my shirt. Yeah, it's kind of hidden behind the monitor, isn't it? GTA Marathon. Meadow, get up.
Yeah.
Go on, show. There you go.
There you go.
Shout
Look
out
on me,
to-
but I'm
You've
behind
got one as
Makke,
well.
so
You've got one as well.
Shout
I
out to
have it. You
everyone
have
at
to believe me
GTA
that I have
Marathon.
it.
Most of them I already shouted out because they're here. But yeah, I don't think there's much left. Any final words here? Maybe Josh? No? All right. Well,
No, just thanks for
thank
the
you so
Thank
much
you so much
for watching.
Yeah.
And enjoy the event. I sure will.
Absolutely.